Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith, Issue 8. We open up on Vader choking an officer due to what seems to be the officer's incompetence or his division's underperformance, or maybe Vader just had a bad day. The Emperor believes in harnessing the instincts of revenge, hate, anger, contempt. These are certainly natural responses, right? But he seems to thrive on them. He seems to see these instincts as a means to an end. They're fuel. They're also fuel for Vader. They've kind of become two of the same. The Emperor warns Vader, though, that he shouldn't go around kicking everyone's ass. There needs to be people underneath them to lead. As the Emperor says, he doesn't wish to rule over a galaxy of the dead. I just love the completely opposite sides of the spectrum when it comes to the Sith, the dark side, and the Jedi, the light. Obviously, the correct perspective is somewhere in the middle, right? A mixture of allowing your emotions and instincts to both guide you, but at the same time, not allowing biological determinism to dictate your actions, overcoming your emotions and instincts, or at least harnessing them. They're not a bad thing, they're not a good thing. So we see Jocasta at the former Jedi temple. She's looking at the ruins, can't believe what she's seen. Some guards start approaching Jocasta's position. Her droid B2 alerts her to this. And then we see some droid sacrifice. At least that's what it appears to be. I'm not sure if the droid survives later on or not. But when the guards walk up to Jocasta's ship, the droid standing next to the ship blows it up. I love this moment. To me, it doesn't seem like it was a conscious decision by the droid to sacrifice itself. Do astromech droids even have that capacity to protect others at their own expense? I don't know. I guess that makes sense. But to me, it seems way more likely that this was a programmed decision, something that Jocasta specifically initiated. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. Detonating a droid, saving your skin, as well as the mission. We cut to the Grand Inquisitor studying in the temple archives. Imperial agents are investigating the explosion, and they find a little Jedi emblem in the wreckage. And as the investigator says, any small hint of Jedi presence needs to be reported. And it is sent up the chain of command to Vader specifically. We cut to a weird, trippy meditation panel. You know, I don't know if I'm a fan of this kind of stuff. It looks neat, don't get me wrong, the art style is really cool. But for whatever reason, the more weird, trippy, and magical shit that gets into Star Wars, the more disconnected I feel and the less I like. I tend to like my Star Wars relatively grounded, with a little sprinkle of wizardry. But this meditation scene really isn't that bad. I'm probably overblowing it. It's short and simple, and people do really meditate. Jedi meditate, Vader meditates. So showing a visual interpretation of meditation is kind of neat. Someone comes in and informs Vader about the Jedi connection in the city that was found. He immediately heads out to take action. Jocasta opens up a secret passage in the archive. A droid greets her. Kind of reminds me of the Templar Knight at the end of Last Crusade. And the droid says everything is exactly as she left it. The Imperial investigator is standing next to Vader, telling him that the Jedi emblem was a bit of rabble-rousing graffiti, as he put it. Vader says he's wrong. They get into a little back and forth disagreement. The investigator has no idea who the hell Vader is. He asks for his rank, says that Vader's here as a courtesy. Vader is visibly pissed off. We see him clench his fist, but he resists, taking his aggression out on the investigator, obviously because of what the Emperor said earlier about not wanting to rule over a bunch of dead people. Vader leaves the scene and tells the investigator that a Jedi is on the planet. We cut to Jocasta putting a chip or some kind of, I don't know, a USB, whatever, a data chip, I don't know, inside of this hidden room. It's the Jedi Order's database of every Force-sensitive child they knew about in the galaxy. She says it's a seed from which they will grow again. Obviously, this piece of information will be vital for the Empire to get its hands on. It's the key to their future success or failure. It's a cool concept. I really like this concept. I wonder how it'll pan out. Once again, I'm kind of hoping this comic continues on a dark and depressing trajectory, and Jocasta fails, just to spice things up a little bit. I don't know why I wanted to go that way. I just think it would be a neat change of pace. After all, the comic is called Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. I want things to kind of go Vader's way. The issue ends with Jocasta seeing the Grand Inquisitor studying in the temple archives. She's trying to convince herself just to leave. The mission comes first, she shouldn't get involved, keep moving, there's bigger fish to fry and bigger things to do. But she can't help herself. She's pissed off, so she hops down on the table that the Grand Inquisitor was sitting at and draws her lightsaber, and the issue ends. So far, this issue and the previous issue might be my favorite in the series. It feels like a slow burn, a nice pace leading into what's to come. There's a lot of tension here too. Things could go either way. There's a glimmer of hope in that list of Force-sensitive children, but at the same time, so much is riding on that list remaining secret and remaining safe. And if it gets exposed, the light of hope would quickly be extinguished. HelloGreedo, out.